Welcome back to episode 38. Of course, it's just about nighttime. Every time I try and start something. Now, last time we dug a bunch of this space out, and then obviously, we've opened things up here by time-lapsing the water process, which was so annoying. I honestly underestimated how annoying getting the water into place would be. Um, it was just a pain. But it's done. So that's good news. Um, now I did actually get a lot of work done since the time lapse because I didn't really mean to do a lot of work, but I just started kind of chipping away here, trying to make the terrain a little more fluid because I didn't like. This is kind of how it was on the other side. I don't love this. I was like, oh, that's kind of too tapered out, so I wanted to make it more of a steeper descent, and then it'll kind of shallow out at the bottom. And so I didn't really mean to do this much work, but it kind of just happened over time. And so now we've kind of got that built up all over there. But we still got to do the middle here and this side, which we can do this side pretty easily, but I left the middle here because of what we're going to do right now. I actually thought it might be interesting to put in like a very small island in the center here, just to kind of break up the water. And obviously we are going to have this stone structure come down, right? We're gonna have these stone docks down here, and I think it would be cool if there were also some small islands in here. So maybe like one or two, and that will make things look a little more diverse, I think. I'm excited to do the cliff on this side. And then here, I have plans for this little hole. If we go in here, this is straight into here, but I think if we go up here, okay, so it's actually not that easy, but I was thinking, since this is kind of like a little natural alcove, I didn't really dig this out or anything. I was thinking of maybe turning it into a small little cave that could be like a secret entrance into the area under everything, and that's how I could get to all the stuff that I might put under there, and it would just help to make it a more usable area. And then I could also connect my mine into there because this entrance once again needs to go. It's gonna be like the third time we've moved the entrance, but it has to be done. Also, this is the result of what happened last time. It was on one of the time lapses that didn't end up fully working, but I had to encroach on the kind of tunnel that used to be here. Basically, where all my cows used to be and everything. That's all in the open air here now. Where that was is kind of where we're standing right here, which is interesting. That all used to be underground. Although only barely. It was like one block underground. So I'm not sure. I think before we do anything, I want to fix up that side, turn everything into mud, and then from there we can do the docks, and then we can get into the really intricate stuff after the docks go in. Because I don't want to, spend a bunch of time making, like, fancy boulders and rocks in the water and then have them covered up by the dock. So we are going to do the dock first. And honestly, it might be good to just kind of plan out the dock here before we hop into the modification, as I call it. That's a me certified term. I have it copyrighted and trademarked and everything else. Tough. Okay. I never thought I would get to the point where I was on a tough shortage, because there was a point where I was like halfway full into this chest, but I mean, wow. We are short on tough. So before we can do anything, I'm gonna have to go mine that. So I will be back when I've gotten a sufficient amount of tough, which I'm going to try and go for 3 shulker boxes, but that could take a while, so we'll see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 full shulker boxes. Now, most of these are gonna become breaks. Yeah. I bet they did not think this was their fate, sitting down at y negative 30 for all their life, but they're now becoming part of the masonry of this build. I don't know, man. I never even know what I'm saying. That doesn't even make sense. Alright. So, I need to figure out that ghast. I moved him under here because he was annoying me in time lapses floating over there. And now he just sits and makes whimpering noises over in the hole. It's so... That's what you get. Okay. I can't, man. I can't deal with it. It's annoying. Let's clean up this first of all. Now, I think I need another staircase coming down to the dock area. I mean, it could be a ladder, but then how do things get carried up and down? I don't know. I think it would be stairs is what makes more sense. Alright, that is okay for now, because I think that's really all going to be covered up, so I think that's more than okay. Yeah, let's fly up here. So I think we are going to come down from here. Let me see. So we have the lanterns on either one. Okay. So yeah, we would just take out these 3 and put a staircase right here. And then I think we have it raised above the water by a couple of blocks, but basically we just have the staircase go straight down to a little yard area here, like a dockyard. just a normal backyard with a tree and a playground. No, to a dockyard here. And I think I accidentally broke what was under that one. Oops. There's gonna be a sort of dockyard here, and then actual docks and like, you know, a work area. And then over there we're gonna have an even bigger one because that's actually connected to the ocean. This is like the satellite one. I don't know. That's the best word I could come up with. All right. So why? What's going on here? Why is that a slab, but then next to it are stairs? Oh, it's because it's the side right. I forgot I did it differently for the corner. Okay. Let's see how I did this staircase. So just the two oh, we're gonna need some polished. Okay. I'm gonna get the staircase set up, and then I will be back when we're ready to work on the dockyard. Because I mean, that's really the main portion. We don't want to spend too much time focusing on this staircase here, because I've done it before. So we'll be back when that's done. Alright, I'm trying to find some blocks that I might be okay with for the dockyard bit. I don't really have very much dripstone. I wonder, can you make blocks that you can? Okay. So, you know what? How do you just like put water above the dripstone? And it drips down and makes it? I don't know. I haven't messed with dripstone much, even though it's been out for like 5 years? 5 years, I think. Wow. That is a long time. Yeah, and I haven't really messed with the mechanics all that much. Oh my god. Where is all of my mud? Okay, here we go. I have very few brown blocks, I'm learning. I need to get a more reliable wheat farm. And more mud. Just more mud. So I want to go with the packed mud as the main. I was originally going to make it tough, but then I realized it's like I put it really close to the ground, so I think why not just have it on the ground and make the ground look kind of rough and messed up because it's a work yard. And then I wanted it what. Oh my god, well, I don't even know what I was saying. I want it to be packed mud, is the point. I feel like... What goes well with this? Man. Always takes me a very long time. I mean, we could try rooted dirt. Huh. I was actually worried for a second punching it would not give me it back. That could work. However, I think dripstone could. I like dripstone far better. Okay. So, yeah, let's lay this out. Just the packed mud for now. Let me get some more. Just two more stacks. We are running low on mud. And wheat. Oh boy. Alright. There's something about this that doesn't look right. I think, yeah, the roof just needs a little bit of tweaking there. I'm still trying to figure out what that building needs. I don't want to change it too much until I get some other buildings in, because maybe it's just because it looks very solitary, and so that's why the building is standing out, because it can't do anything but stand out, since it's alone. Who knows? It's annoying. I placed the beacons, like, in a way so that it would cover most of the lake area while I was working, but it's, like, not getting over here much. This is kind of cheap, but I need to conserve as much mud as possible. There we go. And honestly, I don't... Yeah, well, because, yeah, I think we'll have stuff back here. Maybe. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this corner area, because there onwards is going to continue out to more of the city. So there's going to be this tiny little sliver. I'm not sure what to do with it. I think we just make it part of the yard and then put a bunch of junk back here. You know, they've got like piles of barrels, firewood. Just more of the kind of the same detailing I did up above. One thing I want to do that I think could be good is find a way to put a crane somewhere. I think that would just fit the dockyard kind of thing, in my opinion. This is not going to be enough mud. Now, I think I know where a dripstone cave is. There's like one over in the plains biome that way, because I've mined a little bit in it before, but it's really the mud I'm more worried about. Although, if I can get enough dripstone, maybe I can make the mud last. I've still got rooted dirt on me. So, I want this yard area to kind of be this whole section right here. I mean, this is going to come this way, so really it's more like this. So we're actually kind of building past where it is. Wait. Okay, no, I was confused for a second. I thought my free cam had enabled haste for me, but I think I was close enough to the beacon normally where it got enabled. The thing with free cam is that on multiplayer servers it can be considered cheaty, because you can kind of just like do this. Wait, hold on. You can do this and look at a bunch of caves. It doesn't really apply to me here because I've explored pretty much every cave in the general vicinity, as you can see. But yeah, it's usually not allowed on servers, and I thought it was primarily for that, but I was confused for a second and thought, oh, well, I guess also because it enables beacon effects when you're not near the beacon. But no. Okay. Yeah, the wall's gonna go right there, so we kind of stop right at that border. Oh, also, I trapped this guy, who has changed his job since I trapped him. He didn't have any job before. Now he's a cartographer, I think. Okay. Is that really the closest work table? That's like up. That's up there. In the museum. How did he even how did he even take that job? It's crazy. I'm not sure how I'm going to blend it into the lake. But I mean, we can worry about that later. Oh yeah, I have no mob sounds on now. It's really weird. I need to change that at some point. I've had hostile mobs off for like the last 4 videos. Just because of one time where I was, well, not just one time where I was repairing my tools, but I just haven't ever changed them back on. Because Endermen are loud, and they hurt your ears. What? This guy, he turned into a drowned outside of the water. Oh! Oh wait, he's a nitwit, okay. Sorry, but you had the green cloak. I would have saved you. If it weren't for that. Okay, so let me move these. Because I want to kind of blend the tough into the mud. Wood, you know, path blocks could also kind of fit the color well. And they would also add a nice bit of, like, 3D texturing to it, because obviously they're not a full block. Really? It's like every 2 seconds I get interrupted. Oh my god! Case in point. You know, this is why I need to turn sounds back on. Okay. We need to sleep. Wow. That scared me. Okay. So we've got about just a little over a stack left of mud. Well, let's see. I mean, I'm probably going to have to pick up some dripstone. Oh yeah, for sure. If I want it to be this whole area, I mean, I'm probably gonna shave off this bit, to be honest. This looks weird. It's just out of place, I think. But, you know, if we're gonna have like that much more dripstone is needed, and more mud, to be honest. So, you know what? I will get all of those, and we'll be back when I've kind of got the foundation laid out for the place. The dockyard. Jeez. All right. So, apparently, my lake spawns axolotls. Look at this. Oh my god, there's even a baby. 2! There's 2. What? It's amazing. I was annoyed by the fish. Because I didn't think... I mean, these aren't really lake fish. They're tropical fish. So I didn't think it really fit. But, actually, wait. These guys are killing off all the fish. Because they're axolotls. I forgot. It's perfect. These guys are gonna be swimming around the docks. Because I think right over here, in this little corner, I think counts as a lush cave. Yeah. If you look up at the top left corner, it says Minecraft, lush caves. So, that's why these guys are spawning. And that is pretty cool. So now we've kind of got like an axolotl area too, I guess. Um, yeah, I just noticed that as I landed here. I've still been trying to gather up some more mud and stuff for there. It's on its way. Um, I'll go over there in a little bit, but for now I still need to get more stuff. So, yep, we will get back to work. I will get back to work. No. You know, I keep saying that. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, I took a little detour from working on things to give some touch-ups to the bee area that I made, like, a while ago. Months and months ago now. And they actually all just went back into the hives, which is a shame. But I figured out how to breed the bees. I thought you actually fed them honey, which doesn't entirely make sense, but I was like, well, it's Minecraft, it's weird. No. It's flowers, apparently. I just kept, like, trying to feed them stuff, and then eventually something worked. But the babies, they're so small. I love the baby bees, and they were literally just out here. And now they're not. They're all hiding in this one, I think, because this one was empty until I fed them all some flowers, and then all the babies filled up this one. Which I think you can have 4 in a hive at once, if I remember right. I say that like I've worked with bees before. I have not. Do they all grow up? Where are the babies? Oh my god. Well, that's about it. Man, they were right before I started recording, they were out. But I finished the kind of mock-up for the dock. Actually, I finished quite a lot since last clip, because I think we weren't even done with this area down here. But I got a bunch of mud. Like, I spent a ton of time just making a bunch of mud, and then I had to make a bunch of packed mud, which now I have, like, no wheat. And I permanently removed the wheat farm down underground, like, right behind that little cliff face. So, I'm not sure. I think I overused free cam, but it's fine, because I like free cam. And who cares? I'm not sure what to do with this area. Like I said, I want to make it sort of a utility area, like a very functional area. Also, I kind of tried to like make it look a little more wet and muddy around the coast here. So I think I was able to get that through the spruce logs. I got rid of the weird little like 2-block gap that I think was there last time. Actually, I hadn't started the dock last time, so there was no gap there, but I had only gone to here before, so there was just a weird hole here, and there was like nothing to put there. So I just made it slightly wider, which, you know, now you kind of just walk into a wall, but I think it looks less weird than not having it that way. Now, the thing is, now that we've got these in place and we know where we want the docks, finishing the bed of the lake is the most important thing. And I'm not backing down on the little island thing that I wanted to do. So I think right, like I've said before, I want a bigger kind of dock area out this way. So this is gonna be for like very small ships that are just like, oh look, there's one of the axolotls. Look at him, he's having fun. This is going to be for smaller ships that are just carrying some cargo, and then the cargo is basically going to get offloaded over to here, and then from here it's like processed and moved up here, and then from there into the city, right? That's my logic here. So this is kind of how the city that we're gonna have up here gets some of its imports, and the resources that end up here are going to be coming from the bigger dockyard, which is where all of the trade and commerce happens, and then this is just getting shipped here for use. So, yeah, and I'm not sure how the museum is going to fit into all of this, because it's in a very awkward place now. It's like, we're not going to have any buildings this way, I don't think. I suppose we could. Wait. They just went back in. But you saw. The bees, the baby bees are tiny, and they're amazing. So yeah, the museum's kind of in an awkward place in all of this now. I originally meant for it to kind of be a central, like, focal point. Now it's just on the edge of everything. And I'm not sure how to, because, like, I like the building, and I think it can fit in with the city. I just need to figure out how to make it work. And that's gonna be difficult. One reason why I haven't finished the roof, because I'm not sure what we're doing with that. Also, I've got a bunch of junk. But, what? I don't even know what button that was. Like, I pressed F3 and F4 at the same time. I didn't know you could do that. So, yeah, I think we might just go into a time lapse and build up the islands right here. I'll have to make sure there's enough room logically for like a smaller kind of sloop to come in here. Like, basically, the size I'm thinking here is, if you've ever played Sea of Thieves, the size of the sloop in Sea of Thieves is kind of the size I'm working with here, trying to visualize everything. So I think if I put the islands far enough towards that side of the lake, then it's a very small lake, but I think it's like, it's too large to be a pond, you know? So it becomes a lake. I think if I put the little islands far enough on that side, and they're going to be very small, like, basically, the only reason I want to put them up is to kind of break up the water and put, like, a custom tree and some boulders on them. Just because I haven't built a lot of custom trees in this world yet, and I want to get on that. So, that's the plan. Just push them towards that side so we have room kind of through here. And, yeah, it's going to be difficult building up an island from kind of scratch and making it look natural, but let's get to work. I always say that. Let's get to work. So it's editing me. Hello. Um, the outro I previously recorded, actually, um, did not record the actual gameplay, so that was good. And I've got to re-record, which is not the most convenient because I made a couple of changes that I don't want to reveal until next episode that are kind of difficult to hide, um, because they're, uh, you know, but you'll see next time. You'll see what I mean. But we've just come back from the time lapse, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while. I really thought I would be on episode 39 by now. Um, Things just kind of slowed down. I've been doing some other stuff the past few nights. But if we go into free cam here, um, I mean, the mud just looks so much better. It's obviously not fully done because we've got stone here and dirt here. Um, but, I mean, I think the mud is just, like, I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Sorry, I don't know. Kind of not fully remembering what else was in the outro, but I think that's the essential message. We got the mud done, and it looks better. um, I'm gonna have to finish it either before next time or just next time in general. I really want to get into the more. Where is my bed? Oh shoot. Okay. Well, whatever. That's not too much of a reveal. It's fine. I'm. I thought I had a bed in my inventory. I actually have no idea. Oh my god, wait. It's down on the dock. I'm stupid. It was right behind me when I started. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been in the world for a couple of days, so I'm refinding my bearings. There we go. Perfect. So, yeah, that's about it until next time. So, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day, night, whatever. Some weird things you're seeing will be cleared up next time if you're a little confused.